Whenever you run an npm install, you're installing a package from somewhere. Usually it's from the npm.js repo, the main repo that provides most of the npm packages. There are other repos that exist, but this is generally where they're all stored. That being said, if you create your own package and you want to upload it here, this video is going to show you how to do that so that eventually you can run an npm install and then put your package name here. As usual, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, or support with a coffee if you're feeling generous. All right, guys, let's get into it. So let's take a look at the website I have up here. This is the npmjs.com. And then this is what your dashboard looks like. So you can see here, I got rid of all my testing packages. I have 0 packages uploaded and 0 organizations. So let's go ahead and first take a look at how to add a package. This is what most people are going to want and the simplest one to do. So let's go over and switch into a project that we actually want to upload. You can see here, I have a React component library that I did inside of another video. And you can see my package.json file has a lot of information in it already. For example, I've declared a repository in this package.json. That's not something you see in the npm init. I have this declared here so that when I do deploy this package to npm, it's going to understand that this is the Git repo assigned to it. That way it will be able to get all of the metadata from my Git repo. For example, how many issues are open, the contributors, a README, etc. That's one important thing to have included here. Another thing you'll see is this files string array, and I have the dist folder declared in it. So dist is actually where my project builds to when it compiles it to JavaScript. And you can see that I compile both the CommonJS and ESM versions. This dist being declared here is just telling NPM that when I deploy this package to NPM, grab the dist folder as well, because that's my compiled code. So I'm not only including the source, I'm including the distribution as well. If you don't include this dist folder, it's not going to recognize that you have any types, and it's not going to know how to read this as a TypeScript project, so that if somebody installs it and they're expecting to see some types, they won't be there. So make sure that this dist folder exists. So speaking to that point, we actually have to make sure our project is compiled before we upload it to NPM. So the first thing that you're going to want to do inside of your package is make sure that your project is built. So I'm going to run an npm build, even though I have it already, just to show you what to do. So now that I've built it, we just have to log into npm and then deploy our project. Because the npm repo and our npm CLI command are integrated together, we don't have to install anything. We can already go ahead and use what's on our computer. So go ahead and run npm login. It's going to ask you for your username, password, and the email that's declared publicly with this account. It may ask you for 2-factor authentication. Make sure you enter that here as well. If you don't have 2-factor authentication set up, it may not allow you to actually publish packages. So make sure you set that up and confirm your email if it asks you to. So before we run our publish command, go to your package.json and change the name field to whatever you want this to be called inside of the npm repo. It has to be a unique name that's not already taken. For example, you can't use React or React DOM or Axios or anything like that. This has to be a unique name across npm. But this will be the name that you're going to be running your npm install command with. So let's just change this really quickly. And that should be good enough for my npm publish. So let's go ahead and run that command, npm publish. And you'll notice that it tars up the distribution and the package and everything you have here. And then if I go back to the browser and hit refresh, you're going to see that I actually do have a package up here now. That being said, you may have to refresh it a few times or wait a minute because it doesn't happen instantaneously. It sometimes takes a few seconds to propagate into the database. Now you can see that my package is here. So if I click it, you're going to see that it actually is displaying my README file from GitHub because I've linked my GitHub correctly. You'll also notice at the top the little TS icon, which means that this project has detected that this project has its own type definitions and you don't have to install any if you're using TypeScript. And that's really the point to my entire channel, is use TypeScript whenever you can. So now that I have this public facing package, I'm going to go over to a React project I already have open that's using TypeScript, and I'm going to install my package and then use some components out of it to see if it works. So I'm going to run an npm install n-c-c-l or whatever it is that you named your project. And now that it's installed, I'm going to go ahead and import the 2 things that I have inside of my component library. So I'm going to import my use logging hook and my button. These are 2 components that I created in the previous package that you just saw us upload to npm. I'm going to replace the text that comes default with the React project, and I'm just going to put my button component here and just add some text. I'm also going to include my logging hook, and I'm going to just make the button log a message to the console whenever it's clicked. Whatever library that you install into your project for testing, just make sure that you actually test it after you've uploaded it to NPM to make sure that the upload was successful, because you can still upload a project that may not be compiled. And I've done that before, and it's really a pain trying to debug that. Now that I have my components put into this project, I'm going to run an npm start just to make sure that everything works. And you can see here that I have my component library button imported into my React project, and everything is working just fine. So if this is all you needed to do to upload your package to NPM, if you don't need another example of it, you can stop the video right here. This is all the information you're going to need. The second part of this video, I'm going to show you how to actually create a scoped package or a package for an organization. So if you go ahead and look in the search bar in NPM and type the @ symbol and then MUI for material UI, you'll see that there are a bunch of different packages inside of this organization. So if you want to upload multiple packages, but you all want them to have a prefix with your organization, let's go ahead and go back to NPM and take a look at how to do that. Click your user icon and click Add Organization. Go ahead and give this organization a name, and then click Create for Free. You'll see that the first one I tried to create doesn't work because I've used it before, so it's still in the database, so I'm just going to call this something else. Now that I've got my Cool Canuck organization ready to go, I'm going to go back to my package and I'm going to rename it one more time and then publish it. All I'm going to do is add the @ symbol, my Cool Canuck, and then a /, and then I'm going to rename my package, I should say. I'm just going to call it CL for component library, and then I'm going to run npm publish again. Now, because I have the @ symbol, npm is going to automatically think that this is a private package, and it's going to fail because I haven't paid for private packages or the enterprise version of npm. All you have to do is run your npm publish command with the -- access public, and then this will become a public scoped package for you. And you can see that when I do that, it uploads properly. And when I hit refresh, the package is now being detected. So if you want to test this one more time, what you can do is go back to the React project. You can run an npm install and that new package, which in my case is @cool-canuck /CL. And once it's installed, I'm just going to replace my nccl import with the new package that I downloaded and then start the project again because it's essentially the same thing. And just like that, this one's working as well. So these are going to be the most two common use cases when you're publishing a package to NPM, either a public package or a public organization package. Most of the time, this is all you're going to need. But if you did want a private NPM repo, they have this up here for you as well. And it's a great way to create an organization that's private, that is part of your continuous integration pipeline. It's an awesome, awesome tool to use. All right, guys, that pretty much covers how to publish your package to NPM. Again, if you like this video, just hit the thumbs up, sub, or if you're feeling real generous, send a coffee to your boy so he can make you more videos. All right, see you guys.